So in this learning of Zohar with Sweeter Than Honey, Amar Rabbi Yossi. Rabbi Yossi says, so it says the day that when the first day, when it says the first light came, the first day of creation. So this was the light of chesed, of loving kindness. And this light went out and spread out throughout the whole day of the first day. And then it also spread out to the other days, the 6 days of creation. And this is the 6 corners, what's called the Sfirot. And the 6 corners is loving kindness, right, which is like the right hand. And then we have the left hand is strength. And then we have the body is beauty. The right leg is victory. The left leg is splendor. And we have Yesod, the foundation. And Dichti v'kulhu yom. So it's spread out to the whole day, and then it's spread out to all the other days afterwards. Like we said, that the light comes down, it goes through all the Sfirot, and the Chesed especially, which is the loving kindness, was spreading to the 6 days. And like we said before, that it said it was evening, it was morning, and then it was evening and morning, and then it was day 1, and then it was evening and morning, it was day 2. But what we're trying to understand here is how this loving kindness goes into and shines into the other days, which means, the strength, the beauty, the victory, all these other sfirot. So it's like on Sfirat HaOmer, when we count the Omer, there's 7 weeks and 7 days in each week, and we count 49 days, 7 times 7, and then we say it's chesed of chesed, it's loving kindness of loving kindness, and we say it's chesed of gvura, it's loving kindness of strength. So you have the seven sfirot, and then you have each sphera has the whole 7 inside of it, right? So you'd have loving kindness, and then you'd have in this loving kindness, you'd have loving kindness, strength, beauty, victory, splendor, all the way down to foundation, and then kingdom. Now, the same thing, the next sphere of strength would have inside of it loving kindness, strength, and so on and so forth. So you'd have the chesed of chesed and the chesed of gvura, right? And then it can also, inside of that, you'd also have another level. It means there's, each sphere has inside of it all the 7 spheres, which have inside of it all the 7 spheres, right? So, so this is something to understand, and then we'll understand how the light from the first day, which is loving kindness, spread its loving kindness light into all the other days afterwards. So Rabbi Shimon says, the first day, that which is the first loving kindness, the first chesed day, so it goes and it spreads out in all the 7 other, the entire 7 sfirot. until it goes down all the way to the last sphere, which is kingdom. And that would be the chesed of Malchut. That means the loving kindness of kingdom. And also the cheseds, which are in the lower spheres. That means, let's say you have a sphere of Gvura. It has Gvura shebe chesed. It has a chesed of Gvura and the Gvura of chesed. Right? The loving kindness of strength and the strength of loving kindness. And that's true for all the spherot. They all contain each other. But what we see here is, in this way, there is no separation between all the cheseds, all the loving kindness. That means they're all connected. That means the chesed, which is in all the other spheres, are all connected to the first chesed, the first loving kindness. And they're just dressed within each other. And God said, there should be light. Let there be light. So this is explaining us more things. It doesn't say that God said, create light. He said, let there be light. So what it means is he wasn't creating the light. Like we said, there was already light from before. Before this world was created, there was already light. And there was actually entire worlds of light that were created before, right? So what we're talking about here is when this world was created, it was the light of loving kindness was spreading and coming downwards, also to the lower worlds, because before then, God created higher spiritual worlds, and there was lots of light, but it didn't yet come down to become a physical world, into the lower worlds, right? And so what was created on the first day was the angels of loving kindness. They were created on the first day. And they don't have any existence without having the loving kindness. These are angels of loving kindness, and they were created on the first day when the great light of loving kindness was shined down into this world. And it says God saw the light, that it was good. And it says an extra word, the, et. Vayar Elokim et ha'or ki tov. God saw the light was good. So when we have the word the in Hebrew, et, it's in the Torah, it comes to teach us. It includes another thing. It includes something else also. So it's talking about also the sphera of Malchut, which is kingdom, and it's connected with, because the Malchut, it doesn't shine on its own, it doesn't have any light, because the kingdom, it receives from all the other lights above it, all the other spheres, and it just receives. It's like a vessel to hold the light. It doesn't have its own light, its own color, its own shining. It just receives. and it holds it. And it's connecting with the Ze'er Anpin, which means the small face, which is the 6 Sfirot from Chesed to Yesod. And then it connects together with Kingdom, which is below it, and it receives the light from the face of the small face, which are the 6 Sfirot, together as a unit, and they shine into the Kingdom. And it receives the light, and then it's able, this Kingdom, when it receives this light, it's able to give over energy to these angels and to give them life so they can exist. And that's the secret of it was good, which is the secret of the light of the loving kindness. So Rabbi Elazar says something a little bit different. So he says that this extra word, the, right, et, which is the, God saw the light. It comes to include something else. It comes to include the angels, all the angels that are that we talk about, that they're coming from the side of the loving kindness, and all of them are shining like in the beginning, in a complete existence. That means that they're always receiving the influx, this light and this energy of loving kindness. And through this, they're living forever, which is similar to what we said before. It's just a little bit in different words. And Yehi Rakia Betoch Hamayim, and there should be a separation in the waters, right? So what is this like separation in the waters? So this is a secret of the Rakia, the separation in the waters. It's in the body, in the human body, we have the lungs and the heart, and then below that you have the stomach, and there is a separation. There's an actual physical separation. It's around the chest area, around the stomach area, and it separates between the other upper part where the respiratory, the lungs, the heart are, and the digestive part below. So this is the same thing in the spiritual worlds. It's the same thing. They have a separation, and it's talking about this separation. And this, in the Sfirot, this separation is actually in Zer Anpin, right? Zer Anpin is, like we said, the 6 Sfirot. And where does this separation go? It goes between the loving kindness, which is hidden above, Satum Lamala. It's like it's above, it's not really so seen from below, and that's we have, and it's in the upper part of the torso. So we have the right arm, which is the chesed, which is loving kindness, and the left arm is the strength, and then the top third of beauty. Tiferet is like the torso, And so the top third of the sphere of Tiferet, of beauty, is above this separation. And then this 2/3 of Tiferet, of beauty, below that, and then that's part of what's below this separation, and then also Netzach and Hod, which is the legs, victory and splendor. So that's on the part below. Okay, so that's what it says in the Torah, that there should be a separation between the upper and lower waters. That's what it's talking about, according to the Kabbalah. And it also separates between the more elevated chesed, which is the more elevated loving kindness, and the lower ones, which are more revealed, which are below the line of the chest. And this rakia, which is the separation, it also shows us something else, which is the influx and the energy from the waters of the loving kindness, which come out from the foundation of bina, of understanding, and this is called the rakia, the separation, and it separates, like we said. And this is, it says it'll separate between the upper and the lower waters. And that it separates between the hidden waters and the revealed waters. V'yasa and God made this separation. So okay, so Rabbi Yitzchak says, on the second day of the 6 days of Bereshis, which is strength, the second sphere of strength. So what was created on that day. Okay, I think we finished. I think that's already for the next week. We covered a lot. Okay, so we'll see you next week, and we have some more things also to learn. And not next week, tomorrow already, we'll be giving over the next thing. We're trying to get through a page of Matok Midvash, of sweeter than honey, a page of this every single day. And we'll continue next week.